Like a good neighbor, stay over there. Oh, no. I think it's safe. We're at a proper distance. It's at least 6 feet, if not 600,000 miles. We're here at Looking Upon the Heart. Welcome back again to our Heart Talk. Regarding Looking Upon the Heart, the book the Lord gave me to write, and now it's in paperback. And if you'd like a signed copy, just email me at PeteCarlsonCounseling@yahoo.com and I'll get you one. Or simply go to Amazon.com or BarnesandNoble.com and order Looking Upon the Heart. Volume 1, the 5 dispositions. We're continuing to understand the heart disposition here. And today, the personality style of Selfish Sammy will be examined. Selfish Sammy, or Selfish Samantha. Selfish Sammy covets. To covet is to yearn, to possess, or have. This character state is that of greed. And Sammy has quite a bit of it. He's having to have whatever he wants. He does not care about others getting their fair share. Like in Matthew 6:19, it says, "Do not lay up for yourself treasures on earth, where moth and rust destroy, and where thieves break in and steal, but lay up for yourself treasures in heaven, where moth or rust destroys, where thieves do not break in and steal. For where your treasure is, there your heart will be also. But seek first the kingdom of heaven, kingdom of God, and his righteousness, and all these things, these necessities, shall be added to you." The trouble is with being selfish in this personality style or character state of Selfish Sammy, we're never satisfied and continually lusting for more. Psalms 73 says, "When I saw the prosperity of the wicked, their eyes bulged with abundance. They have more than heart could wish." There's an element of greed in the Selfish Sammy. Proverbs 23 says, "Do not eat the bread of a miser, nor desire his delicacies. For as he thinks in his heart, so he is. Eat and drink, he says to you, but his heart is not with you." There's just as one thinks in their heart philosophy and all of these heart morphology studies, we become what we think we are. And if we're going to be selfish, that's who we become. What he thinks he is what he is. A greedy guy whose heart is not thinking about anyone else getting what they need, only him getting what he craves. Selfish Sammy formulates his entire character, personality, and identity around what he can possess, covet. The greed. The guy with the most toys in the end wins might be his motto. I saw once on a bumper sticker. Caught up in the pleasure principle of dissipation. The dissipation word is the overindulgence in pleasure. All motivation is centered about getting things that make him feel that feeling of pleasure. He has the belief that riches can make him a better person. So there's a worldliness of Selfish Sammy, motivated by greed and craving for indulgence in worldly pleasures only. He ignores God's warnings in scriptures. 1 Timothy 6 says, "Command those who are rich in this present age not to be haughty, nor to trust in uncertain riches, but in the living God who gives to us richly all things to enjoy." The Lord will provide. We don't have to greedy grub it. James 5 says, "Come now, you rich, weep and howl for your miseries that are coming upon you. Your riches are corrupted, and your garments are moth-eaten. Your gold and silver are corroded, and your corrosion will be a witness against you. You have lived on the earth in pleasure and luxury. You have fattened your heart as in the day of slaughter. It's going to come back. If we make riches our most important thing, it can't turn out good. Matthew 19 says, well, then Jesus said to his disciples, assuredly I say to you that it is hard for a rich man to enter the kingdom of heaven. And again I say to you, it is easier for a camel to go through an eye of a needle than for a rich man to enter the kingdom of God. Clearly, riches are not the way of God. Mark 4 says, the ones who hear the word and the cares of this world, the deceitfulness of riches, and the desires for other things enter in and choke the word, and it becomes unfruitful. This is speaking of the garden, which is our heart, where if we have this weeds growing up in our garden, it strangles the life out of ourselves. The deceitfulness of riches and the desire of other things. The other thing about being in the Selfish Sammy personality style and character state is that we lack restraint. This selfishness causes us to, fail to suppress impulses, to live unrestrained, gluttonous, wanton life. Sammy, he wants his life to be unduly lavish, extravagant, and being without check or limitation. At these moments, we are very undisciplined and out of control, seeking wealth, sexual excitement, and gratification of the flesh. Living in a decadent life based on overindulgence and pleasure, possessions and luxury. Often we have envy and jealousy regarding those that do have more than us. Heart is so filled with lusts and cravings for these excesses that it becomes a tremendous distraction from God and a road to destruction. In the Selfish Sammy character state, there's cravings instead of wanting to serve God. We end up being destroyed by the deceitfulness of riches and pleasure. Matthew 6 and Luke 16 says, no servant can serve two masters, for either one will hate the one and love the other, or else he will be loyal to one and despise the other. You cannot serve both God and mammon, which I understand means money. Luke 16 says, now the Pharisees who were lovers of money also heard all these things, and they derided, they expressed contempt and ridiculed him. And Jesus said to them, you are those who justify yourself before men, but God knows your hearts. For what is highly esteemed among men is an abomination in the sight of God. The hard heart disposition makes Sammy think that if he has a lot of money and possessions and gets a lot of pleasure and is esteemed by others, then he is something. So this coveting, well, the 10th commandment is you shall not covet your neighbor's house. You shall not covet your neighbor's wife, nor anything that is your neighbor's. So oftentimes we have this envy. Greed is a deadly sin, and Selfish Sammy has a whole lot of it. He doesn't know the Lord's plan for his life. Like in Colossians 3, 1 and 2, it says, seek those things which are above, where Christ is. Set your mind on the things above, not the things on the earth. John 10:10 says, the thief does not come except to steal and to kill and to destroy. And you might think of that as the enemy. And Jesus said, I have come that they may have life and that they may have it more abundantly. Oh, God delights in us When we delight yourself, it says in Psalms 27, delight yourself in the Lord, and He shall give you the desires of your heart. So the delights in things, not in the Lord, is not what we want to delight ourselves in. Remember, the greatest things in life are not things. Well, that's all for now. I'll see you next time on Looking Upon the Heart. You have a beautiful day. Jesus is the end of the rainbow. Have a great day and be safe, be well.